जैसा कि कल हम लोगों ने डिस्कशन किया था, एक बेसिक जानकारी, एक बेसिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट एग्रीकल्चर। जाना हमने कि एग्रीकल्चर क्या है, कैसे शुरू हुआ, कैसे धीरे धीरे इसमें क्या डेवलपमेंट्स हुए। तो एग्रीकल्चर लोगों को जिंदा रखने का एक एक तरीका था। लोगों को समझ में आया कि बहुत लंबे समय इतनी जनसंख्या जो है उसको रखने का एक तरीका जो है वो यही हो सकता है कि हम इसमें खुद जो है उसको कल्टीवेट कर सके, प्रोड्यूस कर सके। फिर धीरे धीरे टेक्नोलॉजी जो है बदलती गई, नई वैरायटीज आई। जो भुखमरी वाली सिचुएशन थी, हम उससे बाहर आए। So that played a very important role in our economy. Uh, एक कहना चाहिए कि that was the point where that intervention saved lives of thousands of people. Today we will try to understand what are the things beyond that point of time, because whether it was only the agriculture at that time, or along with agriculture we included other things we call it allied sectors. Okay, so today we will know what are the things that will be taken um, in agriculture. So let me just present from my side. Okay. Whether my slides they are visible? स्लाइड आप देख पा रहे हैं? पावर पॉइंट दिख रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you. So yesterday we discussed about the we usually have a very myopic idea about agriculture. We think whatever the crops that we are growing, that is only the part of agriculture. But agriculture include other allied sectors also. I discussed with you regarding livestock, fisheries, and other subsidiary enterprises, availability of wood, fuel. So agriculture gives us fuel, food, fuel, fodder, everything. So earlier, even our majority of population was dependent on agriculture. We were getting so much of employment from there. Okay, so when we talk about livestock, when we talk about fisheries, so they are the allied sector of the agriculture. Okay, so they are the allied sector which plays a very important role. They are connected part of agriculture, and sometimes some of the products we use in different enterprises. Suppose if we talk about livestock, the crop waste is used as a feed in livestock, and the livestock's waste is used as a manure in the crop. Same way it is for fisheries. Whatever the waste from the livestock, it goes to fisheries as well. And finally, some of the subsidiary enterprises like agroforestry, we can do with the help of so there is a dependency, and not only the dependency, it gives them proper employment opportunities, full-time engagement in rural areas. Okay, so it supports them, because if they want milk, they need livestock. They want extra protein because cereals, they contain only carbohydrates. So they need some protein also. So fisheries do that play that role. Okay, so it adds income also. Suppose if you sell these products, then definitely you will add your income. Your income will also increase. Okay, and it creates sustainability. If you grow crop, the crop waste will be utilized as a fodder. Okay, like in sugar cane, the upper part is given to animals for for fodder, so that during the dry season they can easily get green fodder. Okay, so we know that cattle, buffalo, goat, sheep, poultry, no, all these they require lot of feed, and these usually their food comes from crops, different crops that we use. Like usually for poultry, it is the maize. For fish, we design some other kind of feed, which is uh, then for goat and sheep, they are like small ruminants in small, like they can be easily managed with the kitchen waste also. Like if if sustainability, if we want a sustainable level, if we want to produce in a bigger way, then we have to arrange some kind of other sources. Okay, so it provides food, it provides employment and income to farmer, and it contributes to our gross domestic production and the rural development. Suppose, how is it possible to get more income from goat? Because when we when we
कारण कि कुछ आईसीआर शुरू के लिए कोई मीटिंग हुई थी क्या ईपीसी में कोई डिसीजन हुआ कि इनका एग्जाम कैसे होगा ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ ना
उनका था कि जो इस डेट के बाद आएंगे उनका एग्जाम हो जाएगा।
हो जाएगा किस डेट को डेट बताएं
17
हाँ
17
के बाद
उनका नहीं होगा, उससे पहले वालों का।
तो 17 फेब के बाद आए उनका नहीं होगा, उससे पहले वालों का।
Sorry. So I was discussing about poultry. तो जैसे गोट का ही है, गोट या शीप जो है, तो इसमें क्या है, ये 3-4 महीने का एक साइकिल है जिसपे गोट जो है वो बच्चे देती है। अब अगर गोट का मार्केट में सेलिंग प्राइस हम 6 से लेके 10,000 भी माने, तो एक साइकिल बनती है पूरे साल में कि इस टाइम पे आपको जो है उससे गोट से पैसा मिलेगा। यानी कि एक साइकिल अगर वो 1 या 1.5 साल में तैयार होती, तो 1-1.5 साल में आप देखेंगे कि हर 4 महीने के बाद आपको जो बकरी है, जो गोट है, you can easily get some money, and this money this is the additional money that you are getting from agriculture if we leave the other things. Okay, so this money can be used for education, this can be used for other purposes. So it's a kind of saving because this is done automatically. Okay, you don't have to give some kind of special consideration for that. Like for goat, simply in rural areas, I have seen that with the kitchen waste, they can easily survive. Okay, so you don't need that kind of. So it adds to the farmer's income, especially like small farmers. These sheep, they play very important role. Similarly, in coastal part, this fisheries play very important role. Inland also, like where we have some water bodies, we go for freshwater fisheries also. One thing is it adds to the nutrition. Then secondly, it creates employment opportunities. And then if they meet out their requirement in local area, they can export to bigger city or nearby states, or maybe at international level. Okay, so it supports lot of like employment opportunities. Those who are engaged in net designing, those who are engaged in processing, those who are engaged in other activities related to fisheries, boats, managing them. So fisheries sector itself creates lot of employment and opportunities. Okay, so in case of fisheries, we can divide them into two main categories, that is fresh water and the marine water. Okay, then talking about the subsidiary enterprises, which can be taken along with the crop cultivation, like side by side. We can take honeybee, um, honey production we can do. These are the boxes that you can see. They are like placed near the sunflower crop, and because it it takes support of crop, and it also supports crop, because honeybee, they help in pollination of the flowers, so that there will be a good fruit setting, one thing. And another is like they extract the sap from these flowers to make it, to convert it into honey. Okay, so similarly, like sericulture, where like the insect depends upon um, material from a particular crop, then they grow silk worms there, and it can be converted into tangible products. Talking about the agroforestry and mushroom cultivation. Okay, so these are the products: honey, bee wax, which are the products of beekeeping. There is another product called royal jelly, which is the costliest, very costly, 1 lakh rupees per kg around. And usually we get that from China. Okay, so honey is one product, bee wax is another product, and then we have royal jelly. It enhances the pollination. Okay, as I told you that honeybees, they help flowers in pollination, and when there will be good pollination, the crop of the yield will increase. So sunflower yield will increase. So they are like a good insect which works for pollination. Okay, so um, those who can manage such kind of bee boxes, they can easily manage along with the crops which are suitable for them. Okay, because it do not require very high investment. Even nowadays, these bee boxes, they are like triple B boxes, one, two, three section. So in these section, according to the like different age, they are already divided. So It's easy to collect the honey. It is much refined and it is far better in quality. Okay. Then we have like sericulture, silk production. Silk, for silk, we have different type of varieties like mulberry silk, tussar silk, muga silk, and eri silk. So in different areas, there is diff- availability of different type of silkworms. So in south, you will get different type of silkworm, and in the northeast side, you will get some different kind of silkworm. Okay, so they also generate lot of employment, and India is one of the leading producer of silk, good quality of silk. Then I discussed about the agroforestry. Agroforestry is like growing trees as a crop. Okay. So what we are doing is we are integrating the trees as a one component with the crops and other things. Because sometimes the land is not conducive for crop and we have our own requirement. Let us say everybody is using matchbox at their home. So for making that matchbox, we require a different kind of wood, which is soft, which can be converted into matchsticks and readily available in a large area. So, like popular tree, which is like a multi-purpose tree grown in agroforestry, uh, it took that position where like it was converted to matchstick, and many companies they use this popular trees for matchbox making. Okay, so agroforestry in agroforestry we prefer multi-purpose role of trees. One thing is like providing wood, then as a fuel, then as a fodder, and then for some kind of employment. Okay, maybe like we have many other things like your boards. They are they are like products which made from eucalyptus and all these agroforestry trees. Okay, so what we are doing through agroforestry is we are trying to save the important trees which are good for environment, and for these commercial purposes we are growing those trees which can be used for industrial purposes. Okay, so rather than sacrificing very important trees of temperate area of good quality wood, we are using these trees through agroforestry which can be replaced. Okay, which are much cheaper also. Okay, so okay, this is about mushroom. Sorry, I I forgot to mention somewhere that. Okay, uh, everybody I think knows about mushroom. What is mushroom and what are the benefits of that? Okay, so there are like many type of mushrooms. Okay, normally we know about mushrooms which are available in the market, like button mushroom, which is like high protein, low fat food, utilizes it can be grown on waste. Okay, so but there are many other. Here only like few names are given: oyster, paddy straw, milky mushroom. Like this milky mushroom, they are basically in India. In my hand, you can see this is cordyceps. This is dried cordyceps. mushroom, and जिसको हम कीड़ा जड़ी भी कहते हैं. It's very costly. We it is known as gold, equivalent to gold. It is so costly because this is very good for your health, and there are different other mushroom available in the in some areas which are highly beneficial. Some of them, they are used as a nervous health, for they are used for nervous health. Like they revive your nervous cells. So that kind of mushrooms are also available. I will give you a complete detail about that. Okay, so they can be grown. Good thing with mushroom is that you do not require land when you are growing. So you can grow in a very small area also. Even like many of the like paddy straw mushroom, if we want this, or we want to grow oyster, so simply with in plastic bag we can grow. In plastic bag, around we can get around 1 to 1.5 kg mushroom we can easily grow. Okay, so many extracts from the mushroom, they are used in medicines. Okay, so nowadays mushroom, in coming days, maybe it can be used as a good supplement for our food. Okay, there are like many products which are also developed from that. So ultimately, if we talk about the allied sectors, it improves the employability of the farmer. It improves the um, the income sources. We are diversifying income sources. Suppose maybe in particular year the the crop was devastated by some disease, so at least they can generate some money from other enterprise. Okay, so it helps you in managing those risks. Okay, it reduces this dependency on traditional farming. So if you feel that you can do better in any kind of subsidiary, then you can focus on that. Okay, and it improves the sustainability, because every waste, every output and secondary output we are using at some point of time in other enterprise. Okay, so it helps us to create something new ideas. Like this is basically the cordyceps that I'm holding is this can be used as a tea. Simply by boiling water, you can put one stick, and that is sufficient for a good tea. Okay, so that kind of other things are also there. Okay, so already we discussed that allied sector are crucial for economic and rural development, because it creates a cyclical economy. Everything from where it started, it gave something, it was used by some other thing, and then again it, whatever the waste was there, it was again recycled. So if we are not using chemicals, then you will see that most of the sectors, they are interconnected with each other in a sustainable manner. Okay, this already we have discussed many times. Okay, now talking about the high value agriculture, because when we talk about high value, it means usually they are designed for generating money, for because the value is high. Okay, so as I was talking about different type of mushroom, so these mushroom, they definitely if we produce something which is very unique, like some of the mushroom called Gucci, like they are like they fetch around 60,000 per kg rate in the market. Okay, so they are like very high value products from agriculture. Okay, so high value agriculture basically focuses on crops and livestock with high economic returns, because now it's no more a business of sustainability. Okay, it's not for the sustainability now. Farmer also want to get the economic benefit. Okay, so they are focusing on enhancing their productivity, sustainability, and of course they also want profitability. So they are focusing on market. What is the market demand? How I should design my products? Okay, is it okay up to this point?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you. So if you have any question regarding the previous allied sectors, then we can take. Otherwise, we can move to next topic.
So in agro forestry, bamboo farming can be also included now.
Yes, 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 yes. Any tree, of course, bamboo is grass, but we can include, because it is also a multi-purpose tree, and I think there can be like 100 products which can be made out from bamboo. In Northeast, I have seen that people, everything is designed, is made out from bamboo. Okay, so it's really a multi-purpose tree. Yeah, that can be there. Food, fiber, fuel, everything can be taken from bamboo. Same way it is from the sugar cane. It is used as a fodder. It is used as a fuel for generating electricity, and then of course um, the rest of the thing. Yes, that we can do. Bamboo is good example. Anyone else? Are you people clear about how it is going to generate income or extra income to farmer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then okay, okay. Let us discuss this then. Okay, so high value is like crop or livestock with high economic returns. Okay, so for high value crops, definitely, as you can see in this photograph, we focus on the benefits of that crop, and in a large area you will get the same crop. There are benefits, but with the word of caution, there are some kind of dangers too. The moment some insect will come, which may be like minor at present, can be converted to a major one. Okay, let me tell you one story. Everybody might be knowing about McDonald's. McDonald, I hope you know about McDonald, or like French fries. So for making those French fries, you require a potato of designated size so that you can get good French chips, longer one, and a perfect crispness and brown color. So like all over the world, there are like only few varieties which are suitable for that. So what happened over the years, for many years in US, they cultivated the same variety one insect came. Earlier it was minor pest known in potato, but later on it became major pest. When it became major pest, people started using chemicals. Then time came when even by putting different kind of insecticides, there was no benefit they were getting. So it ultimately we took the help of GM crop. So what I am focusing on that there is a consumerism, because if we want the same kind of product always, it creates a difficult situation for producers. And I am giving another example of Peru, where people they have grown around more than 120 different varieties of potato, because they people like potato. So by season wise, day and evening, they consume different varieties of potato. Okay. So same potato in Peru, there are no pest incidences because they have maintained a proper diversity. Okay. So when we talk about a high value agriculture, we have to consider all these things also. We have to focus on less of chemicals. Okay. Like organic farming, good agriculture, and animal husbandry practices, because it's not that we are focusing on our interest, we want better profitability. Other things should be kept in the mind. Okay. So whether it's a precision agriculture, high tech farming, everything should be done in a proper way, less use of chemicals. Organic farming, yesterday we discussed about the organic farming where we use very less chemical or no chemical required. Okay. So it it we use integrated approach for developing that product from agriculture. So it is healthier, it tastes better, and maybe the aroma, the flavor, the color may also be different than the non-organic farming. Okay, so that is why, but it's difficult also to because maybe at initial level for let maybe like 3 to 4 years, the initial yield will reduce. Initially, your yield will reduce. Then it, because it will take time for this organic matter to work, to recharge the carbon in the soil, and by that time your crop yield will reduce. After that, it will increase. So, this organic farming is good, but we need some space in between. Okay, so it's a challenge initially, like what happened in Sri Lanka. Sri Lankan government focused on organic farming, and suddenly they realized that they could not able to produce sufficient food for their people. Okay, then good agricultural practices. Related to soil health, related to other inputs that we are using. So we have to conserve resources. We whatever we are doing, we need proper ratio, judicious use, and lesser and lesser use of chemical and lesser waste creation. Okay. Same way for animals also, good animal husbandry, proper welfare. Like in this picture, you can see that animals, they are free. They are not tied with a rope. Okay. So in such condition, they feel better. When they feel better, they are much more healthier, and their disease prevention ability is far better than the caged one. Okay, so we if we eliminate other risk, and that they give better output as compared to the caged one. Okay, so ensure sustainable and safe production of the products. Okay, in high value agriculture, yesterday I was talking about precision agriculture, which is done with the help of sensors, artificial intelligence, GPS. So it it tells lot of information about, and we create lot of data, like in the morning what was the temperature, what was the humidity, and how we are going to take action as per the requirements. Okay, so what we will do, we will try to reduce the um, dependency on high labor, or maybe some kind of so efficiency is there. We can reduce the cost, and spraying sometimes it is difficult. So many things which are not usually done in a manual way, it can be done with the help of precision. Okay, then we have high initial investment, um, because when we go for precision agriculture, main issue is infrastructure development. So that is costly, and sometimes if it fails as per the situation, then it becomes an issue. Okay, so we need expert people who can guide us regarding precision agriculture, whether it will be suitable for you or not. Okay, like even if we want to put any solar pump for irrigation, whether it will be conducive in your area or not, whether we want to go for drone related some kind of intervention, so whether it will be possible in that area, or whether in that particular crop. So for that we have to ask the expert people. Then talking about the high tech farming, because sometimes we feel that we are unable to produce that product, because that product requires a special kind of atmosphere. Suppose if I talk about mushroom, this mushroom is cordyceps, which is grown in Himalayas at very high altitude of maybe like 1400 to 1700. Beyond 1700, we get this kind of mushroom. So maintaining that kind of temperature and humidity is, you require a different and setup. But with the help of protected cultivation, which you can artificially create at any place with the help of air conditioning and proper moisture balance, you can grow these mushrooms in lab. Okay. So there can be like soilless farming, hydroponics, aeroponics, where like in case of Japan, they realize that they cannot extend much of their area. Okay, because supply of land is inelastic. So what they can do, they can go for hydroponics, and in that hydroponic they will have some liquid formulations of fertilizer, and easily they can grow crops. Okay, so this high tech farming gives an idea to scientists that maybe in coming time, we don't know, the way like we are exploiting the resources, tomorrow maybe time will come that we have to shift somewhere with the help of this high-tech farming. Okay, so we have sensors, we have AI-based decision, mathematical logic for the sensors. Okay, so in which situation, suppose today it is so sunny, another day it is raining. So weather automatically it will decide that whether I should go for irrigation or not. So that kind of AI based decision making is done by machines. Okay. There are some government initiatives also. Government also wants to give emphasis to this kind of agriculture. There are like Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana. Then we have Mission Organic Value Chain Development, focusing on um, organic cultivation. Then we have National Food Security Mission, which is related to availability and accessibility of food grains in that area. Then subsidies for precision farming, like drip irrigation. In some states, government is giving 70, up to 75%, beyond 75% subsidy, so that there should be like proper judicious use of water in those areas. So there are many government initiatives, government plans for this thing. Um, so finally, if we say that with the help of all these high-tech solutions, um, whether it is AI, IoT, then blockchain integration, or vertical farming, aeroponics, hydroponics, ultimately we want that our product which we are getting from crop or livestock, they should be sustainable, they should be free from chemicals, they should be better in quality, and they should be minimum footprints of carbon. Okay, they should focus on climate resilience also. Okay, if climate is changing, whether we can manage or not. Okay, resilience means if there is a change, how much we can manage. Okay, so that resilience capacity we have to improve. If suppose there is a increase in temperature or increase in rainfall, in that condition, what is our action plan? What kind of support we have developed? What kind of maybe like variety, or maybe like input support? So that kind of uh, strategies we have to design. So at the end of this block, we have another block. High value agriculture offers immense opportunity for increased productivity, sustainability. So as I discussed, they want to increase the production, but they have a focus on sustainability also. Okay, so if we are focusing on these two aspects, then definitely there will be economic growth. Okay, and that is why like we not in India but in other countries, now agriculture is associated with data science, agriculture is associated with artificial intelligence. So we are trying to get solutions the way like we are purchasing commodities. Same way farmers cannot, why that technology is not reaching to farmer, they can also take the benefit of this technology. By just scanning any insect, they can tell what insect is this, how much damage it can do, where I will get the reasonable pesticide for this, and whether it can provide at my doorstep or not. Okay, so everything is now like associated with with the help of modern technology, and of course the government. Okay, so before I start, any any question regarding this high value agriculture?
So for the high value agriculture, the cost is very high. For example, if you take the spinach grown in soil, it's like 20 rupees. And if you compare the cost with the aeroponics, then it is like 250 rupees.
Okay, good. But whether we are concerned about the initial cost of production, or we are concerned about total profit, why we do that?
So, but the general public should buy it because
Suppose I'm not using anything, but do you think if it is sold at the very minimum price, or let's say there is a huge production of tomato in Varanasi, and there is a glut in the market and prices crashes, then how does it make sense? Because ultimately farmer is doing for profitability. If he is not getting any profit, then there is no point. So even if they are investing more, if they expect more profit, then it is visible. See, normally, let me give you example. Like this cordyceps, it is okay. Whether it is visible, okay. This cordyceps, it cost around $20,000 per 500 grams in the international market. You can check. $20,000. So for that, if somebody is having air conditioned room in a lab, and they can grow these cordyceps, that is visible. He or she do not require that kind of infrastructure.
yes, Sabha, I agree, but that cordyceps needs certain environment. But I'm talking about the general. The spinach can be grown at anywhere, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
that is this. We have to see like whether we will make proper profit out of that or not. It's not that tomato is available at 20 rupees kg and we are going for hydroponics, putting more costlier inputs. So we need that kind of support. We need that kind of understanding.
so we need to analyze all the things and
Yeah,
then decide what to do.
yeah, definitely. Because let's say that in DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, DRDO, Leh, suppose, they invest a lot of money for transporting food material from the plains to hills. Ultimately, means it takes around like per egg around 40 rupees expenditure is there. So if we have something which we can do locally at that point with the help of some high tech agriculture, I think that is more viable solution. Okay.
Okay, sir. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So shall we move to next one? This is regarding the post harvest management. So post harvest management means whatever we are doing after the harvesting. Okay? It's very clear. Post harvest management. So the moment we harvest our produce from field, how we should manage, because still after harvesting there is a 50% loss in some crops. More than 50% losses are there reported. So how we can save that waste? If we can save that waste, that is going to reduce the pressure on land. Why we are putting so much of fertilizer, why we are putting so much of energy, if we are wasting this much of produce, because that is the final produce. Even if you are getting, let's say, 1 kg of rice delivered at your doorstep, it means originally 2 kg of rice was produced. So 1 kg went in whole supply chain. I'm just giving you an analogy. Okay, so that is important. So we have to focus on how we are handling that. Okay, handling agricultural produce after harvesting. So we need a proper scientific technological intervention, like how we should harvest so that there should be minimum damage. Then after that, how to get more prices. So what we will do, we will sort and grade. Better quality for better price, lower quality for lower price, or this particular size for some other purpose, this particular size for some other purpose. Okay, then packaging it, proper storage with cold chain, then cold chain transportation, then marketing. Because now you can see that all major giants, in India, they have joined this retail business in agriculture. Like there is Reliance, there is Mother Dairy, there is what other, like Big Basket, Instamart, Blinkit. No, everybody is coming because they know that everything can be stopped. Like in COVID-19, everything was stopped. Only milk and agricultural produce, its sales, its sale was not stopped in any country. Okay, so they have to be like maintained. Okay, so maintaining the quality, reducing the loss, and increasing the market value. How we can increase the market value, how we can improve the shelf life, that is the part of our discussion. Okay, so what are the post harvest operation? Okay, first thing is identifying the right maturity stage. What is the proper time at which we should harvest, so that even if we are going through some kind of transportation or longer supply chains, then also there should be like a lesser damage. Okay, then sorting, grading with the help of some latest technology, so that it should not affect your quality. Like for tomatoes, we have now sensor based. The moment you will take a crate of tomato there, the sensors, sensor which which will cover the whole tray, it will decide the quality and it will decide the grade of tomato. Okay, so rather than um, using the what to say, like different kind of technologies we can use. Similarly, for cleaning and quality insurance, we have like latest devices for that. Okay, and packaging is now very important nowadays. Even like fish, hilsa, it is packaged in double polythene with some kind of special pack. so that they can be prevented for longer period with better freshness. Okay. Even you people get coconut water in a packed form. Okay. So earlier we could never imagine that this Tetra Pak can be so useful. Like for milk, now Tetra Pak, I think we can keep milk up to few months, I believe, in Tetra Pak. So that is good option which is available. Okay. So storage, definitely, storage because most of the time during storage there is highest spoilage. Okay. So we need to prepare a scientific storage system. Like in Delhi, I have seen many warehouses, many cold storages, where they have specific temperature, humidity, and ventilation. Okay, so because every crop they require different kind of temperature, humidity for preventing no spoilage. Okay, so cold storage they should be like then energy efficient also. Okay, so what they will do, they will have different floors. On this floor, these type of products they can save, and the above other products they can save. So this way they design the storage. Okay, so nowadays even like zero energy cool chambers where yes, then we have efficient transportation systems, where we also put some kind of indication markers or automatic sensors. Like if we import flower bulbs from Holland, it will take around 21 days to reach port. From there, like if it comes to Bombay port, it will take another 4 days to reach to Delhi. During these all transit, we have some quality checks. So these logistics should be means we know how much time it should take. We know how the quality can be retained. Okay. Suppose for maintaining the good quality of tubers of flower bulbs, it requires to maintain 4 degrees Celsius. So the shipment also needs this, and from Bombay to Delhi, that vehicle from which it is transported, it should also maintain that. So what they used to do is they used to put one thermograph in that, and you can see that on each day what was the temperature of that consignment. Okay, so packaging and handling is very crucial in reducing that damage. And if anybody who is not ready to, means if anybody in between, they will not follow the rule. Suppose the temperature goes beyond 6 for longer period, then the quality will degrade. Okay, so that thing we also require. We need that kind of logistic support, market for the farmers also. We require such kind of support. Then value addition to and processing, because by value addition and processing, what we are doing, we are increasing the shelf life, we are increasing the time of spoilage. Okay, we are increasing that. Okay, so what we can do, what are the techniques? Drying, milling, fermentation, freezing, and packaging. So usually if we see what kind of food we prefer, they are like from like very long. Like in South, people prefer fermented food because there is humidity, there is temperature, as well as humidity. So they know that by fermenting the product, they can keep product to higher, more days. Okay, more time. The shelf life will be more. Okay, so like that is why like they have idli, dosa, that kind of things. Okay, so these techniques, they are like very important. We have to understand according to which place which technique will be far better. Like in Jammu Kashmir, in those area where we have like lay, um, drying is easier because there is clear sun, so people can dry the things. So whatever the dry fruits we get, usually they are from that area. Apricot, we get good apricot from that area. Okay, even like what we call raisins, earlier like we used to get from that area. Okay, so this is then food safety and quality control. Okay, one thing is like production part, another is maintaining the standards. So what should be the standard protocol for this? If so that every product in that batch should be assured for the good quality and non-adulteration. Okay, so ensuring hygiene and safety in handling and processing, because by chance if it goes wrong, ethyl is converted into methyl, then things can be wrong. Okay, so that we have to see how we have to maintain those protocols, and the quality parameter, whether it's like physical, chemical, microbiological, or sensory, everything should be evaluated in a proper way before it actually leaves the place, and it should be tested during the product development stage. Then we should follow the standards of FASI for the compliance. Food FASI is the regulatory authority for food safety. Then reducing post-harvest losses. Um, as I said, that poor handling, inadequate storage, pest and spoilage. So pests are also sometimes they play important role in that, and which can be like nowadays it's easier to have airtight containers we can get, and then we have certain kind of other treatments also. Chemicals are also there, but it's better to store at at with the help of some latest technology, airtight containers where like lesser and lesser moisture. It should be stored at a proper maturity so that moisture should be less in the grains. Otherwise, this will degrade the quality. Okay, so that kind of losses we can reduce. Then few government initiatives are also related to this post harvest, like Pradhan Mantri Kisan Sampada. Okay, whatever they are like collecting, how that output should be stored. Okay, then there was a scheme related for the cold storage processing unit and market linkages. So that um, means if you have land of designated size, then government will give you some funds and you can make cold storage. You can store your farm output. Okay, so that was there. And if at the village level there is cooperative and they are interested in designing any such storage building, then also they can fund them. Okay. Then encouraging agripreneurship and food processing industries. In agri startups also, government, they are trying to, because 80% of the agri startups, they are focusing on supply chains. And when they are focusing on supply chain, we want to have warehouses, bigger warehouses where we can store these products. But in there, these warehouses also, we need proper storage, transportation, scientifically. They can store large amount of fruit, vegetable, their value added products, etc. There are few success stories, like there was a case study, maybe you can study in your this course booklet, that a mango farmer reduced losses by 40% using cold storage. So it's as I said, why we are putting more pressure on increasing the production. It's, if even if we are saving that much through proper post harvest techniques, then I think that is more viable, because we are not only giving pressure to land, but also giving pressure for for other things also. Okay, so by this way, we are conserving that produce, and we are utilizing efficiently our resources. Okay, a dairy cooperative improved milk shelf life through UHT processing. Okay, ultra high temperature. Okay, so there are like two different type of pasteurization process, UHT and LHT, I think. There are two processes. If they are using a proper method of pasteurization, then the quality or the shelf life they can increase. Okay. Um, in farmers group, increased profit by selling value added products. Okay, so nowadays it is very common that small farmers group, they are also involved in the second level processing. Okay, earlier they were more involved in selling the primary products only. Now they want to produce something and then sell in the market. Let us say sugarcane farmer, if they start making good quality of jaggery, which everyone likes, which is free from, let's say, chemical, which is like wonderfully extracted by cane, and then people are ready to purchase that. So that kind of products, they are sold in the market, and people, they approve and they purchase that kind of products. So at the end, what I will say, that post harvest management is like very important, because sometimes when we have something in our hand, we should feel responsibility for that. And this output is due to many hardship of farmers. So we should reduce the wastage and increase the profit, because tomorrow, simply by paying, we do not uh, escape from the responsibilities of maintaining the climate, maintaining the resources in the country. Then we have technology, because technology plays very important role. If we have good kind of technology, definitely we can improve the shelf life, preservation, and everything. Then, for all this, what we need is proper communication between the farmers, policy makers, and business. So, this is all. Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So I think today's lecture was almost self-explanatory. Most of the things were very clear. We discussed about the allied sector. We discussed about the subsidiary agriculture. We also discussed about the post-harvest management. Okay. So by this, we ended our section related to basic agriculture. If anyone wants to ask, otherwise, I'm happy to answer a few questions.
So as you said, the to increase the shelf life, for example, Tetra Pak, sorry, milk is packed in Tetra Pak, but even though it is packed in Tetra Pak, some additive is added for increasing the shelf life, but it is
Yes.
not
Good.
same. Yeah, it is not same in case of the packet milk that we get regularly at shop.
Yeah. See, even like if we see the milk, um, in case of India, like we have very less regulations to manage that. But still, if you see like the injections which are given, other things which are added, just see the foreign countries market. They consume milk in a raw form, and it is like packed in a bottle. Okay, and there may be like 27 kind of milk you can get. If you are like suffering from lactose intolerance, you can purchase different kind of milk. So really, we lack that kind of entrepreneurship, that technology. Maybe time will come, then maybe we can use that kind of technology, that kind of perception of customers, that I want lactose tolerant milk. So like we usually consume milk after boiling that, but in foreign countries, people they just consume raw, and it has got very different flavor. So maybe time will change, things will improve, technology is available.
But for example, if I do Tetra Pak milking, but is there any, can I get the right customer to get my product in profitability? That is also one thing, because in India, the getting the consumer for Tetra Pak is very difficult.
No, you have to search for those. No, you have to create a small niche where like you will find these people, because see, um, in many products you might be aware of, like many products they are available at 20 rupees to 20,000 rupees. So everybody is purchasing, even like people, many people they are purchasing of like by paying 20,000 rupees. Many people they are purchasing, let's say, by 20 rupees. Let's say necklace. So it is their choice. The thing is, as an entrepreneur, I should know who will be my target consumer. How am I going to position my product? What should be the strategy? Where I can, like, nowadays you can see that on Instamart you will get a kind of price range, and the products it which follows a same kind of pattern. Okay, so we have to see, like, maybe many products people they are selling, like, who is using Instamart? Okay, oh, Instagram. So maybe you can give, this is good for health, or whatever, like, you feel that you can tell them about your product. So that can be possible, because every product is not designed for every consumer. And fortunately we have so many people. We are, like, highest populated country in the world. So as such, consumers, we don't have any issues. Even we can design.
So before taking any decision, I need to back calculate all the calculations.
Yeah, definitely, because it cannot be on the basis of only cost. No, like, whatever cost you are incurring, and then later on you think that, okay, let us add 10% and that should be the margin. No, that should not be. You can see how Apple, they have, like, they decided their pricing strategy. So because they were very much aware that their product was good, and even if they will run their industry at 100% efficiency, they cannot cater the needs of every customer. So they kept their prices very high initially, and they skimmed slowly and slowly to bottom. So maybe, let us see. That is again a matter of debate.